Hi everyone, this is Dave. I wanted to give a tutorial on setting up Moodle and getting going. So let's look at a couple components before I flip over to a class. This section, so we have the title of the course, right? And the breadcrumb trail, home, takes us to that main page. Dull is your course that you're in now. This is the announcements section, which, depending on what you'd like to do with it, can have a photo, can have running announcements like this, can have basic links that need to stick around, or it might just have a real quick, welcome to the course, check the news forum, and one or two other things. My goal is to keep this engaging without having so much clutter up here that you are lost every time you come there. So you'll see I do things like change the colors, put in links, and that sort of things. Then we get into the topics. We are working on a topic layout. Okay, so there are actually, we go to as many as 40 topics if we chose to. You could also set this up to work by weeks. And you'll see in each one there's different links we put up, different tools. So what I'd like to do is to get into setting up some basics. I'm going to borrow Cynthia's course. And Cynthia, I hope you will bear with me if you don't mind. I know it's empty right now, and I'm going to jump in here. The first thing, because you're now working as teachers in your own courses. Okay, now you can't do this in Dull. You can only do this in your course. The first thing you do is turn editing on. What that lets you do is everything to the course. Okay? And you'll notice right away that I now have these things. So the news forum is pretty much there by default, and that is a way to connect with everyone in your course. And all you need to do is post to it. We have these options. We could add a resource. URL, website, is the most common one that you'll be using. You could upload a file though. And let's say that, Cynthia, you've written a syllabus and you'd like to upload a file. You can go ahead and add a title. You have to fill this box out, even though you already know what it is, and add a file. So you're simply going to either drag and drop it, which, you know what, it's helpful to be using a, your desktop, or you can upload it and browse. So let me show you one way. Here's the course syllabus. Drag and drop it. Whoops. It should be dragging and dropping. Okay. Um, or you can add it this way. And like anything, you're going to need to browse. So recent files, I happen to have mine here, but you could upload a file. And it will take a minute. Browse, just like you would with any other kind of document. Mine's on my desktop. Here it is. Open it. Give it a name so you know what it is. And you can pick the license if you choose to, or you can just leave this. I tend to keep things in the public domain. And upload it. So this is the first thing you could put into your course would be a file. And it could be a welcome page, it could be a page of instructions, really anything like that. Usually it doesn't take very long. I am on a wireless network, so it might take a little bit. Okay, and you can see that I've actually uploaded a couple in this process. So this was the one, and I'm going to actually delete a couple. We'll delete that one. Whoops. We'll delete that one. So I actually did upload this twice. I just wasn't being very patient. And there we go. One thing you absolutely have to do is save. With everything you do in Moodle, just like lots of stuff, save. Now, I can see it's here. This would let me edit the title. I could move this around a bit if I wanted to. Move it up or down. Whoops. You know, one neat thing with this is that you can't really mess it up. If I don't want students to see this, I could block it. And I can also change my view. So I'll scroll down, change to student. And I do this pretty frequently in the course. I just want to know what a student can see when they log in, and that's what they'll see. To change back to who I am, it's this. And that's helpful because, turn editing back on. That's helpful because, you know, if I put up a bunch of things and I assume you've all seen them, you may not be visible. I did that once. I went away for a weekend. I put up a week and had to go away to help my dad or something like that. And I didn't make anything visible. And I never checked, so I felt very bad. So that's the real basics. It's simply adding a resource, whether it's a file or a URL. Let's say I'd like to send people to a website. Maybe this is a journalism class. And pop the URL here. And I try to be really careful so I make sure I have these right. This is a safe one. I generally want things to appear in pop-ups in a new window. That way I don't take people away from the page. That's pretty important, actually. So you might really consider doing that. Because if I had it just open on the page, then suddenly this tab is changed and you're out of the course. And I want you to see it, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. We'll give it a second. And here it is. So now when one of my students clicks this link, or when Cynthia's students clicks that link, it gives them the website, and it's in a pop-up. And it's going to go there. It's not going there because you're not watching. There it is. Here we go. So it gives them that link. Okay, and we're not going to wait for it. Okay, so that is the really quick, basic thing on putting up a document and a site. We'll do one more thing, and that is just editing this little spot. We'll keep the default section name, though I could actually name this. And this is the space to write in. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a really quick welcome to the course. And I want to go ahead and pick a cool font, and I tend to like Tahoma. Like anything, you have to highlight it. Pick a size. 14 is kind of a good body font, but that might be pretty good. Let's jazz it up a little bit. And that's probably great right there. So now I've created an opening, welcome to the course, with a few links. And that's about as easy as it gets. Okay, so I'm going to stop this one. We'll call this tutorial number 1. And then I'm going to start in with setting up a topic.